we love you guys. We feel like this fandom has become a family, not only to one another, but to us. And the idea that we can create this nurturing, supportive network for the fans, by the fans, is really exciting to us. So thank you.
Supernatural family, always inspiring. So
it is badass.
It is.
You know, this fandom is unbelievable and such a family, and we're seeing these and seeing the lights. It really is. It's really touching to be up here and be a part of it.
The Supernatural family is like no other fandom in the world.
Things that are done with love, putting your hand out to help another human being, is the most perfect thing to be able to do. It makes you a human being. It gives you the opportunity to love is the greatest expression of love. To love, not just to receive love, but to love.
Hi guys.
We're all touched by difficulty, and to see you guys struggle and overcome and then help each other, and that's the most powerful thing I've ever seen around fandom, is that people come together in the spirit of love to actually help each other out. It's fantastic to watch. It's beautiful.
Hi everyone. I hope you're all enjoying the con coverage and looking forward to SPN Phoenix this weekend as much as I am. I come to you today because I am in need of your help. I am not one to share too much about myself personally or my life offline. However, desperate times are calling for desperate measures. As most of you know, I care for my elderly parents, and it is a full-time job. What you don't know is that the three of us live on Social Security income designed for about 1.5 people, and unfortunately they burned through what little life savings they had long ago. Also, my parents' health is deteriorating rapidly. My mother is about 250 pounds. She has multiple sclerosis, she is diabetic, and has nearly 100% short-term memory loss. My father had surgery to replace part of his aorta 4 years ago, which resulted in complications, including several strokes that have left him with some aphasia, which means not being able to communicate the right word, and memory loss, in addition to leaving him legally blind. He also has severe COPD. These issues are progressing as they age, and they are beginning to be more than I can handle by myself, and I fear that they will need a nursing home sooner rather than later. Which, by the way, I really, really don't want to see happen. Okay, I share that with you to let you know that once that happens, what little money they receive will be going to the nursing home. And if I don't find some source of income before then, I will be left penniless and homeless. This is not an exaggeration. This is fact. And this is not an option I can live with again. Yes, again. I'm not going to go into too many details about this or what follows this, other than to say that I am deeply embarrassed and ashamed of what I'm about to tell you. Not long ago, I lived in a women's shelter for about 9 months. And although it could have been worse, it was still one of the worst experiences of my life. If it weren't for what caused that to happen, I would have called it the worst experience of my life. It was my children and Supernatural, the little show that could, that both gave me the will to live and showed me how, respectively. I literally would not have survived without them, and I cannot, and I will not, live long enough to experience that again. But I don't want to focus on that. Instead, I want to focus on what I need to do now in order to prevent that inevitability from happening. However, there is one thing standing in my way. Sorry. That was tough. However, there's one thing standing in my way. I have a rather large debt that is preventing me from finding work or getting health insurance in order to apply for disability. Well, it's rather large to me because, frankly, anything other than utilities and living expenses is beyond our reach. However, the few people I have confided in have said that it is a reasonable amount to ask for, and I trust their judgment. This debt is also tied to a legal issue, so it comes up in any background check or any background search a potential employer would run. The result is a catch-22 situation where I need money to pay off the debt, but I can't earn money until the debt is paid. That's where I'm hoping my Supernatural family may be willing to help. Unfortunately, I'm not artistic and I'm not as crafty as some of you are, so I don't have anything I could sell to you that would be of any value. All I have is what I do while covering cons. Please know that although my team helps me a great deal in covering cons, they also know that I am the only one working on con coverage full time. And they all support my doing this, and they support having any and all donations go to me in order to pay off this debt. So I am hoping that if you appreciate what I do, and only if you are able to donate, you might be willing to make a donation to my tip jar, so to my quote-unquote tip jar, so to speak. I have found that GoFundMe and other similar sites take a good-sized chunk out of fundraisers. So because I need every penny I can get, I have established a PayPal Me link where you can donate directly to my PayPal account free of any charges or fees. You will see this link in my profile description shortly after I post this message. This would be a strictly voluntary contribution. I will not change anything with regards to my con coverage, whether you do or do not donate. I understand that money is tight for many of you, and that you follow me precisely because you cannot afford to go to cons. Because I am in this exact same position, that is precisely why I cover cons the way I do. So let me say to you, those people, that I appreciate you in every way possible. This is only for people that can afford to donate. A retweet means every bit as much to me as a donation, and I mean that. Now, the only downside to using PayPal Me is that you cannot see whether or not a goal amount has been reached or even what the goal amount is. I have not mentioned what that amount is, and I am so deeply embarrassed and ashamed by this, I'm not going to reveal exactly how much it is needed, other than to say it is approximately the amount needed to enjoy going to a con on a gold pass, including POs, autos, hotel, and travel. so y'all can infer from that what you think it might be. I would hope my reputation and the person that you have gotten to know will be sufficient to know beyond doubt that when the goal is reached, I will let you know. I will also state right now that I may keep the tip jar running afterwards as well in order to help with living expenses until I can find that source of income through work or qualifying for disability or both. But I promise to let you know what your tip will be going towards every step of the way. And I hope the last 2 years have proven that I am a person you can trust when I give my word. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this. It says read this, but to listen to this. My apologies that it was so long. As I said, I am not one to share too much of myself, and I tend to keep things pretty close to the vest. Therefore, I do not know how to do this concisely. I feel extremely vulnerable right now and hope you will take that into account when forming your opinion on my doing this. No doubt some will not like this. To those people, I say that I understand. I don't like doing it either, though I'm sure that's for different reasons. But you may think I'm trying to capitalize on the work of others. And if you do, let me just say 2 things. A, I have spoken with 2 very well-known photographers, and they are 100% in support of this. And because they feel their pics were seen by more people because of sharing them in our collections, they believe others will be supportive of what I'm doing as well. And B, there is so much work that goes into doing this that no one ever sees. Y'all see the results of our work. You do not see the time it takes to organize who's doing what and when, contacting previous live tweeters to see if they'll be attending again, search after search after search on YouTube to make sure you get those videos as quickly as possible, and getting very little sleep and yet setting that alarm in order to wake up to do it all again. For those that understand that I'm doing this in order to move my life forward in a positive direction, to those that get that I'm trying to change my life from stagnant to movement, to those that understand I would not be doing this if I could see any other way possible, and to those that may sympathize with the fear and anxiety I am feeling right now by exposing to light that which I have kept in shadow for so long, and the vulnerability I feel in doing so. And to those people, I truly do not have the words to properly express how much your support means to me. I deeply and sincerely appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Jared tells us to always keep fighting, and this is me doing my best to do just that. Because as Jensen and Misha say, I know I'm not alone. Thank you for your support and love and acceptance and understanding, and I love you right back. Still, that's me.